It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so interesting stuff. You guys know that we're not too far away from Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith, and I'm very excited for that fight. So make sure you guys on I think it's the 13th or the 14th. I'm going to say it's the 13th, January 13th. Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith. Make sure you guys join us here on True School Sports for the live fight reaction for that, because it's going to be fun. You know, a lot of fight that for some strange reason, a lot of people are picking Callum Smith, and I don't get it. I don't get the Callum Smith hype. I don't get the Callum Smith hoopla. But they fight the fights for a reason, so I guess we'll find out if the hoopla and the hype on Callum Smith for the Beterbiev fight is true. But nonetheless, you know, when it comes to the subject of Artur Beterbiev, you know, boxing's knockout king, boxing's best finisher, because you can't do no better than 100%. Doesn't matter what your opinion is, 100% is 100%, right? Artur Beterbiev is getting to that stage of his career where I think, you know, this next year or so, next year or two, could be the biggest years of his career, biggest fights of his career, the fights where he's going to be the most recognized and get the most notoriety, right? So that being said, we all know that Dmitry Bivol signed his part of the contract. If Beterbiev is successful against Callum Smith on January 13th, he's looking at potentially fighting Bivol in the summer in Saudi Arabia. All he has to do is beat Callum Smith and then sign the contract, big boy, sign the contract. And then the fight will happen next, right? So there's that big fight. We know that's the priority. Being the undisputed light heavyweight championship fight between Bivol and Beterbiev, that is priority. But in a recent interview, and shout out to my main man, 50 Grand, the Dundada of boxing media, apart from myself, Sean Patel, Fight Hype. He was doing an interview with Beterbiev recently, and he asked Beterbiev about, you know, the prospects of fighting Dave Benavidez, because look, one of the biggest gripes I have with Benavidez is that this guy is a gargoyle. He could be a cruiserweight. He's a big kid, and he's fighting at 68. And I feel like, you know, he proved himself in a major way in 2023. He created a lot of value for himself. I don't think he should waste his career waiting around for Canelo Alvarez. That's just my opinion, right? And I don't think he should waste his time fighting the guys like Jamal Charlo either. That's a waste of time. So I've been wanting Benavidez to move up for a couple years now. And he had a unique opportunity to do so in 2020 when he missed weight for one of his fights. And then the WBC moved him up to the #1 contender spot at light heavyweight because they just figured he couldn't make the weight. So then he could have fought Beterbiev. He could have had an immediate title shot at Artur Beterbiev. But instead of trying to pursue that, you know, he asked to be reinstated back into the super middleweight rankings, which in my eyes did make it look like, hey, you kind of did, in a way, avoid Artur Beterbiev. But you know, they asked Beterbiev about fighting Benavidez, and he said it very short and very tactfully and very concisely. He stated the following, and I quote, "If Benavidez wants this fight, no problem. It'll be no problem." And that's it. Short and sweet, to the point. Artur Beterbiev is not a man for many words. He only cares about God. He cares about his religion. He cares about training, and he cares about becoming a good boxer, because Artur Beterbiev is not a good boxer yet. But maybe if he keeps trying hard enough, maybe one day he'll be a good boxer, you know, because that's his little saying. You know, he always says that he hasn't become a good boxer yet, but he's becoming a good boxer, which it's a joke, but it's also, in a sense, an exercise in humility, because this dude's been butchering everybody in his path. You know, if I was knocking out people like Artur Beterbiev, I sure as hell wouldn't be humble, I'll tell you that. But that's why he is who he is, you know. Listen, man, Beterbiev versus Benavidez to me is one of the best fights you can make around those weights. Beterbiev, you know, people have made a bigger deal about it than I have, but Beterbiev is getting up there in age. And I feel like, you know, Samson Lukowicz, who I had a chance to speak to at the WBA convention, very smart man, been on the boxing game a long time, knows how to move fighters. He's smart. Like, he's known that it's not the right time to, at least from his side of things, as a manager standpoint, it's not the right time to move Beterbiev up to 175, because he feels like Beterbiev's still too dangerous, and the opportunity, economically speaking, for him isn't right. So listen, that's the game we're in. That's the chessboard of boxing, of the boxing business. That's the business we're in, the game that we're in. So, you know, he's deliberately not moved Benavidez up to light heavyweight because the bigger fights were down here at 68. But when you look at the fact that Benavidez has given the fans the great fights of 68 against the likes of Plant, Andrade. He's beaten a lot of the top guys at 68 already. You know, he was already the youngest super middleweight champion in the world way back when. So it's like, there's not, unless he gets a Canelo fight, and I'm talking like next, you know, I don't really think he should spend his 2024 wasting his time chasing Canelo. Benavidez has created some good value for himself, and, you know, Canelo's not going to be here forever. And I think it's time for some of these guys in boxing to start creating their own value. And you're not going to do that just waiting around for him. So I would like to see Benavidez box 2 to 3 times this year. And if I had it my way, you know, he'd fight David Morrell, maybe like a tune-up fight in the middle of the year, and then Artur Beterbiev to end the year. That'd be my 2023 Benavidez, but that's me. That's how I think. You know, I just want to see him move to light heavyweight because, you know, he's a great super middleweight. I really do feel like, in a sense, after I seen what he did to Andrade and Plant, I don't think anybody can really beat the guy at 68. To be honest with you, I think he's damn near an unbeatable fighter at 68. He's just too big, too strong, too fast, too well conditioned for the weight. So I think the better challenges for him are going to lie at 75 against the guys like Bivol, against the guys like Beterbiev, and even in the future, guys like, you know, Atif Overton or you know, Najee Lopez, you know, them kind of guys, you know, them guys going to come up, Ben Whitaker, them kind of fighters. I feel like all make for great fights with Benavidez, but I get it. I know why he's saying at 68, but nonetheless, that's the news. Let me know what you guys think. Artur Beterbiev is saying that if Benavidez wants this smoke, he can get it, and it's just a matter of him moving up whenever he wants to. You know, so let me know what you guys think about that. How would you guys see that fight? Because I don't think Benavidez has ever got hit by somebody like Artur Beterbiev in his life, as far as under the lights in a professional fight. In sparring, yes, but not, you know, under the lights, and that's a whole different ball game than in sparring. But you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. You know, make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.